What is going on, guys? Bengal King here, coming back at you with another video today. Back on Madden NFL 20. My voice is finally back. I'm probably at 99%. I had laryngitis, so I didn't upload for 8 days or so because I couldn't speak at all. But we are back. We are back with a rebuild. This is a fantasy style, so not actual draft classes for these ones. Those are going to start happening more as we get closer to the end of the NFL season, into the off season. So we can have a better idea of how the draft class will actually shape out. But I'm very excited to get into the Falcons. This is a very talented roster. They've obviously performed very, very poorly this year. If you were a Falcons fan, if you follow the NFL, you probably are aware of that. They do have a bunch of young talent, but injuries seem to be the death of this team frequently, and a lot of it is Keanu Neal, unfortunately. But I'm very excited to jump into things, and I posted on Twitter. If you guys don't follow me on Twitter, definitely make sure to check that out. Link in the description. I always say that, but people still don't seem to know what the description is. It's very strange. And I said on Twitter, I'm like, what team do you think I'm going to do? And I just had the screenshot of me. And I planned on doing the Falcons. And then I didn't even realize I'm wearing an Atlanta Hawks shirt right now. With it was like a Run the Jewels collab, if you guys know what that is or who they are. And it was like, I'm like, that is the best coincidence ever. But yeah, we are finally rebuilding the Atlanta Falcons. They've underperformed. We're going to see if we can take them and actually make them perform. But if you've been on the channel for a while, you know that Madden simulation makes no sense, so that probably is not going to happen. But we're going to have a good time anyway. Make sure to hit the subscribe button if you're new, like the video, and hopefully you guys enjoy. Let's take a moment to hear from the sponsor of this video, Manscaped. Manscaped, they're the sponsor for today's video. I wouldn't work with them if I didn't think they were a great company. And I'll tell you what, they've got a new perfect package and a subscription plan that will save you 25% automatically. So it's $137 worth of products. That's actually $74.99 when you get that perfect package subscription plan. Comes with a number of great items. If you order with my code right now, which is Bengal20, you save yourself 20% more on that initial purchase. It also comes with the Manscaped travel bag, which is absolutely fantastic. You guys know I recently moved from New Jersey to Texas, and I use this to carry all my toiletries, not just every Manscaped product, but there are a number of great ones. The Lawnmower 2.0 is a razor with skin-safe technology. You're never going to cut yourself. I was a little bit scared, but I don't have to be because it's Manscaped. You're not going to cut yourself with the Lawnmower 2.0. Also comes with the Crop Cleanser, which is a hair and body wash, active pH control on that. Comes with the Ball Crop Preserver, which is ball deodorant. So you use deodorant under your arms. Why would you not use it on, an even grosser part of your body? Foot Duster, which is a foot deodorant. I know that feet can smell. That's a thing. And of course, how could you go without mentioning the Plow 2.0? And the Plow 2.0 is a newly improved plow, an upgrade over their previous plow, which how could you even do? It's already so safe. And this is what you're going to want to use on your very sensitive areas. But go ahead and use my code Bengal20, save yourself a lot of money, and make sure to get that subscription plan, because I know I'm super lazy. I forget to change blades all the time. And if you have a new blade coming to your door every 3 months, you're never going to have to forget, because it's just going to go, to your house or your apartment automatically. So this is a no-brainer. Make sure to use code Bengal20. Get that perfect package subscription plan. Save yourself a whole lot of money, a whole lot of time, and a whole lot of hassle. Don't cut yourself with these stupid razors. Use your head. So we take a look at the team. This is with injuries off, of course, so it does not hinder the results of this rebuild over the long term. We got Jake Matthews at left tackle. James Carpenter is definitely a player I want to upgrade. Alex Mack, a.k.a. Javon Mack. Yeah, this guy, his first name on his birth certificate is Javon. That's all I'm going to say about it. Chris Lindstrom, the rookie out of Boston College, I believe, and then Caleb McGarry, another rookie. I believe he's a rookie out of Washington. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Chris Lindstrom's Boston College. I watched him. Very, very quick offensive guard. Not exactly the strongest guy, but definitely someone who I like a lot. Good potential for the future. Does have star development or better, so that's going to be good down the line. Only 22 years old. Of course, Austin Hooper is quickly becoming one of the best tight ends in the NFL. He's been incredible. Luke Stocker doesn't really matter too much. And of course, Julio Jones needs no interruption, needs no introduction, aka Quintorris Lopez-Jones, another interesting one if you didn't know his actual first name. Justin Hardy's in here as well. Calvin Ridley. I don't even have a guess who this is. Olamide Zacchaeus? Who is this? He's a rookie out of Virginia. That genuinely have never heard of him. And then at running back, Devontae Freeman is a very good player. Ito Smith has star development, which is interesting, I guess. Kenyon Barner, Kadri Allison, and of course, Matt Ryan should be good for the future. He's got superstar development. 34 years old is not ideal. I just don't know how quickly he's going to regress as a quarterback. Even though he's 34, we're going to find out. If we have to draft a quarterback, we have to draft a quarterback. That's fine. But he's an 88 overall with superstar development. Should be fine. We'll also have Matt Schaub and Kurt Benkert. Why am I blanking on his name? Keith Smith, definitely. Luke Stocker, everything we mentioned earlier. And then on the defense side of the ball, we've got Ricardo Allen. I mumbled that pretty badly. But the defensive side of the ball, DeMonte Casey, of course, which is an interesting combo at safety. You might look to trade one of those guys, Foyesade Olakun, Deion Jones, and, of course, Devondre Campbell. Deion Jones, of course, is sick. Debo with the 90 overall superstar development. Devondre Campbell, star development, 78 overall. Not bad either. What is he, 26? He's 26 years old, so we definitely are cool to keep him. Keanu Neal, Beast, Jonathan Cyprien, and there, J.J. Wilcox, who's fallen off big time. Desmond Trufant, Isaiah Oliver, who I like, Kendall Sheffield, who can absolutely fly. And then the defensive line, we got Adrian Claiborne, who had one big game in his entire career, where he had like 7 sacks. Something ridiculous against, who was it, Chaz Green when they played the Cowboys. Alan Bailey, Grady Jarrett, Dietrich Sanat, Tyler Davison, Tack McKinley, and Vic Beasley, who is bad. Heard he was on the trade block. He just fell off big time. He doesn't really get off to the quarterback anymore, and he definitely does not defend the run at all. He is not face scanning in the game, I'm seeing as well. I guess why bother at this point? Definitely another guy I might look to trade, even with that +1 speed upgrade to 88. That's pretty much all he's good for, is being a great athlete. We need to get a little bit better, but I don't know. I don't really care about this first year. I might make a couple of trades, but really this begins in the offseason. I think we all know that at this point. I should actually check out expiring contracts. I don't really want to be caught in a tough situation where I can't move anybody. So what we're going to do is simulate to like week 6 probably, and then start to make some trades. I don't know if we're going to be competitive this year in simulation. I would guess yes, based on just the caliber of this team. But you never know with Madden Sim. We are 2-3. Austin Hooper is an impending free agent. Definitely someone I want to extend. Matt Bryant, who's 44, probably can let him go. Devondre Campbell, Tyler Davison, Paul Warlow's in here, Jonathan Cyprien, Adrian Claiborne. A lot of guys we could potentially move. All right, let's get on that. Claiborne, if somebody wants him. Cyprien, I don't think anyone's going to want Paul Warlow. Tyler Davison, definitely guys I want to move. Trading Jonathan Cyprien, Tyler Davison for Michael Gallup and a 5th-round pick. I think Gallup's going to be a good complementary receiver. Of course, his team no longer has Mohamed Sanu. Traded him to the New England Patriots. I didn't even mention that. So that's no longer a thing. Actually, I've made a mistake. I forgot to load in with the real-life rosters, which means that even though these are the up-to-date rosters, I'm not going to have the 2nd-round pick that the Patriots gave the Falcons. So I have to go trade for that now. I'm going to cheese for it. Don't worry. So I'm trading Michael Gallup to the Patriots for a 2nd. And then I'm just going to get him back for a 7th by changing his position to like punter or something. So I know I'm cheesing them, but it's only to get the pick that we had like because of the Sanu trade. So it's not fair that they just get Mohamed Sanu and they get to keep their pick, you know? So that was a weird trade, by the way. A 2nd-round pick for a 30-year-old receiver. Weird. Adrian Claiborne, Vic Beasley, and a 3rd is going to give me Byron Murphy. Another really good young addition to this team. Of course, a rookie in real life. Haven't really seen him play too much with Arizona this year. Just haven't done it. But this is a good addition to our team, in my opinion. He has star development. We're better. I believe that star development also comes over at 2 skill points. So he'll be going up to an 80 overall already. Definitely an upgrade over Isaiah Oliver. So definitely a good addition to our cornerback group. I'm sure that Desmond Trufant is not going to be around forever at 28 years old. I hope he doesn't regress this year. Might look to move him after this season, although I think he's going to stand pat for right now. We've done a good job to trade impending free agents at the moment. However, we have not re-signed anybody. Hooper's going to get re-signed. I think Devondre Campbell's going to get re-signed. All of these other guys don't really have any type of trade value. But let's go ahead and re-sign these players. We might make a playoff push. We don't have a whole lot of cap room at all. Oh, no. Who is eating up most of our cap? Julio, Matt Ryan, Grady Jarrett, I think, got a big extension. What is eating into our cap? Devontae Freeman, too. Deion Jones got a big extension. That's right. All right. Let's look up the 2019 salary cap hit. So Ryan, Trufant, and he's signed for a while. And he's going to regress. Oh, no. I'm going to have to trade him. Alex Mack, of course, who we can deal with for another year or two. Grady Jarrett, I'm not moving on from. Jake Matthews, big contract for not really doing a whole lot for me. I should probably look to trade him too. I have to trade Jake Matthews, and I have to trade Desmond Trufant. Allen Bailey is probably just going to get cut. So we're going to eat some money this year. I'll take the penalty. It doesn't really matter right now. It's going to matter. But it shouldn't really at that point. If you don't understand what I said because I didn't just verbalize anything well, I'm going to cut Jamon Brown as well. We're going to just take the penalty now so we don't have to worry about it later. I kind of said that in the reverse order the first time, and I didn't mean it like that. So, yeah, penalty is going to make sure we can't really sign anybody in free agency this year, but we're going to be good next year. So we have a lot more cap room now to re-sign some of our players. Hooper, definitely in line for an extension. Austin Hooper re-signs. That's a big addition. Devontae Campbell. I don't really know what we should do with him. I feel like if he wants less than 4.5 per year, I'd be in, although he probably wants more. He probably wants closer to 5 or 6. This is only, I guarantee you this is only because we have no money. There's no way he accepts that. Yeah, we don't have the cap room. Devontae Campbell is going to have to get traded. Damn, this is not a great salary cap situation for this first year. I think it's going to ease up a little bit as some of these older players get out of here, but not ideal right now. Devontae Campbell. I'm just going to free up space. He's got to get re-signed. Desmond Trufant's going to go. Jake Matthews is going to go. They're two very big players. I should be able to get at least a first-round pick for both of those guys back, I would hope. All right, Desmond Trufant, Jake Matthews for a first-round pick from the Giants. I know that a lot of people are going to think this is stupid, that you're trading Desmond Trufant, who's good, Jake Matthews, who's good. I understand that. Just in Madden, and that's where we are, so that's how we have to look at it, and the only way we can look at it. Desmond Trufant is an 86 overall at 28. He will regress probably by 2 points this year, which will put him down to an 84 overall. The cap hit increases. Then the next year probably by 2 or 3. So he'll be down to an 82-ish, 81. Cap hit still increases. Now he's 30. And then at 31, he'll be under an 80 overall. We could have drafted a player to go past that at that point by a lot. And the cap hit would be so much lower. Jake Matthews, kind of the same deal. He's obviously a much lower overall, 78 overall. That's very replaceable, especially in the draft. And the thing with Jake Matthews is he is also approaching that kind of threshold where he kind of middles out. I don't see him ever going into the mid-80s. And I think I can get a mid-80s overall left tackle, 83, 84, 85. I think I can handle adding that to the team. So we're clearing up a lot of money in order to bring in new talent. In order to do so, in order to operate, we had to make some difficult moves. And one of those was trading, top players on this team. Jake Matthews was trading Desmond Trufant as well. So it had to happen, in my opinion. Also, we're not going to be able to bring Devontae Campbell back, probably. We just don't have the money. We just really don't. We're going to be in a tough spot. But we're going to simulate to the playoffs, probably. I'm going to upgrade the players first. And I will see you guys there. I really doubt that we're going to make it. Especially at 2 and 3 right now. Although, I don't know. Maybe that upgrade could help us. Who knows? So we did not make the playoffs. Got crushed by the Bucs, 40-21 in Week 17. And we finished 7-9. Probably not too far from what the Falcons might do in real life. as yeah, we just underperformed. Matt Ryan had a decent year, although the touchdowns were not up at all. Defense was okay, but we were a middling team, and the record kind of shows that. It was just kind of weird that Matt Ryan was so high up in the NFL for yards, and we just didn't convert any of those opportunities. And he threw a decent amount of interceptions, too many in my opinion. Devontae Freeman had 15 rushing touchdowns, but had a lot of attempts, really didn't average that many per carry. Didn't even have 1,000 yards on the season for 262 attempts, which is kind of wild. Julio Jones was good, had a lot of yards. Decent number of touchdowns, nothing crazy. Calvin Ridley was very good for us. Austin Hooper had a good year. Justin Hardy had a good year. Why are you playing above Michael Gallup? I don't know. Defensively, as we'll move over there past blocking, Deion Jones led the team in tackles. Tack McKinley had 13 tackles for loss, which led the team. Quarterback sacks, Deion Jones was 6, by the way, is pretty significant. 11.5, though, for Grady Jarrett would lead the team. Interceptions, 3 for Deion Jones, Devondre Campbell, and Keanu Neal. 1 for a number of other players. Forced fumbles, 1 for only Keanu Neal, and he would recover it. Any defensive touchdowns? No. As far as awards go, Aaron Rodgers took home the MVP of the 9-7 Green Bay Packers. No Falcons in there. Whenever I get to this screen, I always forget what team I'm doing. It's embarrassing. Aaron Rodgers wins Offensive Player of the Year. No Falcons. Defensive Player of the Year is Deion Jones. Okay. We might be looking at a superstar X Factor upgrade potentially there, so I love that. Offensive Rookie of the Year is Kyler Murray. No Falcons in contention. And then Defensive Rookie of the Year is Nick Bosa. Byron Murphy finishes at number 3, and no other Falcons. Nick Bosa is probably not only going to win Defensive Rookie of the Year in real life, he's probably going to be in line for Defensive Player of the Year the way he's playing this year. He's been absolutely incredible. But we'll simulate to the offseason, kind of wipe the slate clean from year 1. Just look to year 2, look to the draft and free agency to try to revamp this team. We're not going to have a lot of money to do so, but next year it's going to pay off big time as we had a Texas-sized Super Bowl. Cowboys, Texans, and the Cowboys won it. Matt Bryant, we can't re-sign. Matt Bosher would be nice to bring back. I really don't know what kind of money we're going to have. Yeah, we don't have any. So here's what I'm going to do is franchise tag Devondre Campbell, which honestly is probably not going to be too expensive. I can't even tag him. I can't even tag him because I don't have money. I know that like usually there's an option where like you can tag him even when you're going into the negative for cap and it just carries over. I can't even tag him because I can't offer anything because we're already negative. If that makes sense. It barely does to me, but not ideal. So we're gonna lose Devondre Campbell probably. And by probably I mean almost definitely. I don't really see any way we retain him. We just don't have the money to do so. Really unfortunate. I wish I would have traded him. I just thought that there'd be some way that we'd be able to get him back. And no, we just didn't. We're negative $9 million for cap room. Again, that's going to be much better next year. We just kind of had to bite the bullet really, really hard for this first season in hopes of being a super team in year like 3 probably. So let's go ahead, have a big draft. We got some good picks. We pick at number 4 overall, and let's just hit on our picks. That's it. That's all we got to do. We have a first round scouted player in the 3rd round that skipped the combine. Said, hey, Roger Goodell, idiot, I'm not doing your damn combine. I'm in. I am in on Dalvin Ray. Auburn, so I mean Alabama's really not all that far from Georgia, keeping him at least somewhat local. Been a lot of good Auburn running backs in the NFL. Bo Jackson comes to mind. There are a lot more. Cadillac Williams. Who was in that Cadillac Williams draft class that was also a running back that went high? I don't know why I'm thinking Ronnie Brown. Jeez, was it? Yeah, it was Ronnie Brown. All right, I'm not going crazy. Look at all these first-round defensive tackles in the 5th round or later. What is this draft? What is this random draft class? All right, not going to make any type of move up. We'll just see what happens. Bengals at number 1 overall go. Josh Claybrooks, a cornerback at Ole Miss. Definitely looked to be a pretty good player. I'm not sure this draft class is incredibly stacked. I might just end up trading down from this spot and just taking offensive line with both of our picks. So we got some first-round offers this year. Just what would we really be picking up? What's the incentive to move? Probably with the Patriots here. Although if I could get... Ooh. That's a 2020 second as well, and a third from Indianapolis. That is going to be the move. We're going to trade with the Colts for pick number 29, so we're moving down quite a bit. We also pick up a second and a third, though. So I'm going to make that move all day. And our next pick is at number 12 overall, not too far down. And we're going to be taking Zach Roundtree. He's a tackle out of USC. This is going to be our ultimate Jake Matthews replacement. And I think Zach is going to be a good player for us. So he is a 75 overall with hidden development. This is the first time, I believe, in all of my rebuilds that I've drafted an offensive lineman with star or better development. He's ranked at number 9 in the class, so not too bad. We're taking him at number 12. Obviously, it's not too bad, but for him being number 9 in the class at only a 75 overall, I say only, it's not terrible, obviously, but seems like, yeah, this draft class probably isn't too good. But let's see what's available at pick number 29. All right, so the other, the center I would have taken is off the board at the moment. I'm going to take the running back now, Dalvin Ray, at the end of the first round. I don't really want him to fall. I think he's going to be a very good player. And he is. He is the 4th best player in the class, star or better development. 77 overall. Definitely going to be a big addition to our backfield. 93 speed, good acceleration and agility. Carrying could be higher. Ball carrier vision's not too bad. He's not a great receiving back, but he's definitely a very good running back. It has the aggressive catch trait, which is very odd for his one trait. But definitely a player that's going to get involved a lot here in year 1 for us. Going to be like kind of a thunder and lightning with Devontae Freeman. Devontae Freeman is like kind of the lightest thunder ever. Like the kind of the thunder you hear off in the distance and you're not really bothered by it, but we'll make it work. We're going to make another move with the Colts. We're just taking their entire class. Except this time it's their picks next year. A 2021-2 and a 2021-3. It almost feels like the draft trade offers were revamped recently, which is odd, but they seem totally different from what we've been getting in the past. But I'm getting a 2 and a 3 next year from the Colts for just number 12 in the second, which I'm totally fine with doing. Let's take a defensive tackle here. Thaddeus Falk out of Iowa State. Welcome to the team. 71 overall, normal development. He's ranked at number 25. We took him at number 51. 90 strength, 76 block shed, 72 power moves. A rotational defensive tackle out the gate. Other than that, I mean, he's not amazing, but it's a late second round pick. It's not too bad. We're going to reach here big time on Dante Stackhouse, another defensive tackle, but one that I think is going to be quite good. 71 overall, this time hidden development. That's going to be quite valuable. It's probably going to be star, but number 28 in the class, we took him at 61. Star development is going to be pretty big for us. 77 block shed, doesn't exactly get after the quarterback at all. Has no type of pass rush. 89 strength, 70 speed. He's essentially like a nose tackle prototype, pretty strong. Let's take a defensive end here. Chandler Rubin out of South Carolina, another guy that we're keeping fairly local. And he is a 70 overall normal development, number 31 in the class. We took him at 93. So, again, a player that's pretty good. Might rotate in, but that's going to pretty much do it for this draft. I'll let the CPU do whatever. They're going to shut the bed hard, like a child on a laxative, but we're gonna move on. Year 2, let's see what we can do. The highest overall player in the class was a running back. Not the one that we drafted. He's an 80 overall. Keenan Staley out of Fresno State. So, won a couple picks before us, and, I mean, he looks pretty good. I'm like, how is he an 80 overall? Because our running back looks a lot better. But he's got very, very good receiving attributes. So that definitely puts him over. His type is receiving back. He's only a 74 overall elusive back. I'm honestly more comfortable with who we took. He's not a good receiving back, but he's a pure running back. I think he's a much better pure runner for sure. Also, this was a strong safety I thought about drafting, but he went before our pick, and he only has normal development. He is a 77 overall, but I'm not mad we missed on him. The CPU drafted a star development rookie. Well, we're better, I guess, but it's star. Quarterback, Chester Blevins out of Virginia Tech. I mean, he's a 58, so who cares, but all right. Matt Ryan's down to an 84. That's a yikes. Smith had a decent number of touchdowns last year. Not a whole ton of yards. I don't know if we should change playbooks to something that's going to complement a 2 running back setup more. Or not. Like, I don't know. The Redskins? That feels like a bad idea. So this is our team going into season number 2. Again, we're in a tricky cap situation because we had to make plays for season 3. So we can actually do things. So this wasn't like the Rams rebuild. Had to make some tough decisions. But Roundtree is going to start at left tackle. I'd like to trade Ito Smith, but he'll probably just be running back 3 for right now. Good 3 receivers. And then on the defensive side of the ball, because of personnel, I think we were forced to move to a 3-4. So I did that. We didn't really address linebacker in the draft because there weren't any good linebackers. So I didn't want to reach for random players just to fill spots. I want to take best player available at a position of need, not just take a position of need to take a position of need. So that is the team. We're going to see how we do. Simulating now to the midseason mark. And of course, we'll be able to better evaluate the team around there. See how we're doing. See what changes might need to be made. 1-6 at week 9. Great. Fantastic. We're getting absolutely crushed. Gotta love that. Lost 28-3 to the Vikings there. Falcons know a lot about 28-3, huh? Lineup wise, we're gonna make some upgrades. Blevins is actually getting a whole lot of XP, which is interesting as a backup. And then defensively, we got a decent amount of XP as well. This is just a young team. We have a lot of holes right now. This is the team that I think is going to do quite well in season 3. But yeah, I mean, we knew season 2 was not exactly going to be amazing. So here's that. I want to move back to a 4-3. I hate 3-4s. I do. I hate him in this game. Alex Mack. Can't re-sign him. He's 34. Keanu Neal needs to come back. Tack McKinley has to come back. Damontae Kazee, we're not going to be able to afford, and there's no reason to have him. But McKinley and Keanu Neal for sure. We got 40 mil now after this. All right, so we're in a good cap situation again. But God, was last season to the start of this season frustrating. Tack McKinley re-signs. I just think Alex Mack is going to continue to regress. I just don't want to pay him, what, probably 11 a year for a year? 10 a year for a year, but it would be 10 because you have to make it go up. So even though it's 9.3 right now, I'm not rounding up to 10 from 9.3, but it will be 10 because we have to improve it. I'm going to get Keanu Neal back. He wants a bigger bonus, which is fine. As we finally get a win, we beat the Lions by 3 points. Big day for us. But he wants a higher bonus, so Keanu Neal, you can have a higher bonus. And he is back. We're going to simulate to the postseason. We're not going to make it, but that's cool. It's always funny how good the Panthers are in simulation. I might just go Panthers playbook across the board and see if we actually win games, because of course we lost here. Panthers finished at 10-6. They were 7-1. That's so interesting. I'm just fascinated with these playbooks, and I'm going to keep messing around until one works. It looks like our offense was decent. Our defense was second in the NFL. Where was the disconnect here? How are we so bad? We allowed the second fewest yards, but the 21st fewest points. Matt Ryan was pretty good. A lot of touchdowns. Devontae Freeman was not good. Dalvin Ray was also not good, really. Receiving, Julio was a beast. Michael Gallup was a beast. Calvin Ridley had a good year. Austin Hooper was a beast. Everyone was in beast mode, man. Defensively, Deion Jones had a really good year. Tackles for loss, Grady Jarrett had 14. We had some pressure on the QB. Chandler Rubin, the rookie out of South Carolina, 7.5 sacks, 7 for Grady Jarrett. Interceptions, 2 for KZ, Murphy, Oliver, and Kendall Sheffield. And maybe this 3-4 playbook was not too bad. Also could have been like a fluke, but I don't know. Ricardo Allen with a defensive touchdown. And then yearly awards, Deshaun Watson wins MVP. Lamar Jackson, number 2. Andrew Luck's on the Broncos now, in case you were curious, wondering about him. NFC Offensive Player of the Year is Ezekiel Elliott. Matt Ryan at number 4. Defensive Player of the Year, Eric Kendricks of the 6-10 Vikings. No Falcons. Offensive Rookie of the Year is Mitchell Sampson. I assume the Saints replacement to Drew Brees, maybe. Dalvin Ray at number 3. Chester Blevins at number 8. He was a backup quarterback. So weird. Defense Rookie of the Year is Chandler Rubin. Okay. Show me a development upgrade for him, and I'm in. Thaddeus Falk at 4. Dante Stackhouse at 5. And that is it for those. I would love to see some development upgrades. We're going to see that after Super Bowl week, because that's when the awards are finalized. But we could be in a really, really good spot. Season 3, I'm excited for. We'll do Season 4 as well, almost definitely. Well, definitely. As the Saints beat the Ravens in the Super Bowl 35-21. Alex Mack has regressed too at 83. There's KZ's 28 now. I mean, Alex Mack's 35, man. There's no reason. I'm going to get a better kicker and punter in free agency. We should actually have some money now. Like 30-ish mil, I hope. Might be a little bit less than that, but it's 13. Well, almost 14. Laramie Tunsil's in here. We don't really need him. I didn't even check the development of some of their new players. Let's do that first, just to see if anyone got an upgrade. Matt Ryan has Superstar X Factor, but he's down to an 81 overall, and he has +3 morale right now. Ah, damn, we should have gotten rid of Matt Ryan. Blevins has star, but here's an interesting thing. Dalvin Ray has Superstar X Factor. That's interesting. First one free. Some players thrive on making defenders look silly when they enter the zone. This ability increases their fake out rate on the next juke spin or hurdle. All they have to do is rush for 10 yards. That seems ridiculous. All right. We have 3 Superstar X Factors right now. I got to get rid of Matt Ryan probably, which kind of sucks. I feel like I'm just getting rid of good players here. Ooh, hold on. Stackhouse has Superstar. Did he get that? Or did he have that? We drafted him with Superstar. That's sick. I feel like it's been so rare to get that recently. Yet, in the same draft class, we got Superstar and Superstar X Factor. I've been struggling to even get one. That is phenomenal. That is absolutely phenomenal. All right, so what do we need to improve? Rubin didn't get anything, by the way. Cornerback is fine. We might need another defensive lineman. I think our team was good, though. Do we really need outside linebacker when he won Rookie of the Year? It was a decent season, nothing crazy. He's going to be in the mid-60s. We need an inside linebacker. And then offensively, quarterback, offensive line. The team's actually not that bad. We're just missing a few spots. That's it. All right, draft time. We pick at number 14. I didn't even realize. Like, we went 7-9. We started out, like, really bad as a Jags brother and Richard Sherman. We went 7-9. Interesting. Year 3 is going to be good. We might even move up. I don't know. Steelers have had the top pick, like, back-to-back years pretty much. There is a quarterback out of Georgia who's number 1 in the class. We're in Georgia. That could be a cool draft pick. That really could be. All right, I'm trading number 14 overall and Ito Smith for a number 7 from the Washington Redskins. I'm afraid that the Redskins are going to be like, hey, we need a quarterback because this CPU's stupid, and draft a quarterback. And I don't want them to take Harry York. So Harry York, the Georgia kid, is coming home, staying in Atlanta. Welcome to the Atlanta Falcons, 78 overall, star or better development, number 2 in the entire class. He's going to be our quarterback of the future. This actually frees us up to trade Matt Ryan. Now, he's slow, but he can throw. So he is Matt Ryan. 6'3". I think Matt Ryan is 6. I think he's taller. I think Matt Ryan's a tall glass of water. I think Matt Ryan's like 6'5", right? 6'6" even? I think Matt Ryan's super tall. He's 6'4". He's got a big, long head. We're going to trade him because we have a better option now by a lot. He's a 78. Like, ugh. That's yucky. All right, the move we're going to make is Matt Ryan for David DeCastro. We were extremely limited with teams we could actually trade with, and I love this trade, though. Matt Ryan, 78 overall, aging, yucky quarterback. I said yucky. Have I said yucky before in this video? Weird. Don't worry about it. But we fill up a big hole. Chris Lindstrom can slide over to center, which is going to be absolutely perfect for us. We need to improve the offensive line anyway. And now we are free to start our young stud quarterback of the future, Chester Blevins. No, it's the fucking York. The Bears have green interest in this star quarterback. And they have a first-round pick. Please? Oh, they're so stupid. He's probably better than Mitch Trubisky, though, to be fair. So, I guess I don't blame them. Going to be Chester Blevins, a 4th for a first-round pick from the Bears. And I think this is actually going to give me a... Actually, I'm not even going to trade up. I'm just going to see what's available at 22. It's not really that far away. All right, hopefully something good is available. I feel like we still need to improve our offensive line. Looks like a great draft board from what I can see. We're going to William McKay out of Texas A&M here. Offers us some good versatility if we move back to a 4-3 especially. He's definitely a 4-3 defensive end based on his height, weight, profile, and archetype. But welcome to the Atlanta Falcons, 76 overall, hidden development. He's number 5 in the class and only a 76. So this is a pretty weak draft class as well. But he is a top player in the draft class. 80 speed, 81 power move. Good strength. We can't really see what he can cover like, so I don't really know how he'd play in the 3-4. We might just keep him as a 3-4 defensive end. I mean, that's totally a possibility. Let's take Richie Vincent here out of Mississippi State. Looks like an incredible cornerback. Amazing top skills, good combine as well. He is a 76 overall, number 3 in the class. We took him at 46, only normal development, but should be a very good complementary third cornerback in our system. Next pick is late here in the second. Go with Keith McIntosh here. Well, maybe Giovanni Daniel would be a better pick for us. We do need offensive line. Let's go ahead and take him. He's a 69 overall, so nice. Number 37, we took him at 59. Doesn't really run block at all. But I guess, I mean, we could play him at, like, center and then move Lindstrom to guard. Based on, I mean, or he could even start, because it's not like Caleb McGarry is very good. Go Keith McIntosh here. Still on the board, so we got him anyway. He's a 71 overall. Number 30 in the class. We took him at 78. Good rotational guy. Good block, shed, tackle, strength, acceleration. I don't mind it. We're going to trade this third-round pick for a third-rounder next year and just hope the Jets are really bad, which they probably will be. Let's go ahead and simulate to the end of the draft. We've done really well in the draft, but I feel like we haven't seen any like actual sick draft classes so far, unfortunately. I mean, the top guy was a running back. It seems to be like a lot. Richie Vincent, I mean, he was really good. Yeah, I mean, like, it was a solid draft, but like nothing crazy for the actual grand scope of that. I mean, we did really well. We're up to an 86 overall now. We've done super well in the draft, and I feel like we should almost make Devontae Freeman a backup at this point, controversial as that might be. Caleb McGarry is going to play guard now. He's got a decent profile for it, so we just need better offensive linemen across the board, and I think he's definitely a good player for us there. DeCastro can play center. That's fine. And I would say that his overall and awareness will make everyone else better. And I'm not just saying that because it's like, oh, he's a good leader. Like some idiots in the comments. Like, you need the veterans in the locker room. That's why your team's not winning. No, it doesn't do anything. But the centers overall is irrelevant. But what is big for them is their awareness is the awareness for the rest of the offensive line. So the next lowest goes up, if that makes sense. So it helps out the rest of the team a lot to have a good center with high awareness. We still didn't draft linebacker, which is fine, I guess. But I feel like the team is good. Middle linebackers like our one weakness, really, and we have Deion Jones who plays a lot. The rest of the players are just kind of developing. The defensive line now looks sick. Our offense looks sick. Have a really, really high potential rookie. Starting a rookie right tackle, though, which is kind of weird. And then, of course, Rubin and McKinley. Pass rushing. I feel like that might limit McKay, though. I definitely want McKay to be a pass rusher. I don't know how he fits in. I guess he doesn't. All right, this is going to be how that specialist area looks like. I think we're going to be decent. I mean, we're an 85 overall, dude. We should be able to compete. It's year 3. You know what? I have high hopes. I think we are going to... I think we're going to make the playoffs this year. I do. All right, week 8, we won, actually. What is our record? Moment of truth. 5-3. Okay, well, 3rd in the division, though. which is odd. We're an 86 overall, 88 offense, 85 defense. David DeCastro is an impending free agent. Definitely would like to bring him back. Calvin Ridley in there as well. Oh, we have so much money. That's incredible. All right, Isaiah Oliver, Michael Gallup, Calvin Ridley, and David DeCastro all re-sign. I'm kind of out on Ricardo Allen and Foyesade Olokun for the moment. Although that doesn't mean I won't look to re-sign them later. Definitely going to look to use some of my Coach XP now. Maybe on running back. Or, well, actually, quarterback. What am I talking about? Quarterback. I forgot we don't have Matt Ryan anymore. We had Harry York. Now in the playoffs. We are in the playoffs. We went 10-6. Finished second in the division. Did the Saints make the playoffs? We beat them in week 17. That's huge. That is so huge. I want to see our schedule, actually, because... Let's see how we did. We were big down the stretch. A loss to the Rams and Panthers was huge. But if we didn't beat the Saints here, we probably don't make the playoffs at 9-7. Where's standings, man? Oh, right here. Stupid. I wanted like the big screen. They moved the way things work. Did the Saints make the playoffs in the NFC? The Saints missed the playoffs. That's hilarious. The Panthers, per usual, dominate. I gotta go Panthers playbooks or something. We got the Vikings here in the wild card. Let's go ahead and check out the stats. So Harry York was okay. Our offense was not particularly good. Our defense was not particularly good in terms of allowing yards. We also didn't score that many points. And we were a middle of the road team that just won games. Harry York had a very good rookie year. Broke the record for passing touchdowns in a season as a rookie. A good number of yards there. Rushing, Dalvin Ray as a starter was good. I mean, we're averaging more yards per carry now. I'd love to see that. Devontae Freeman got involved a little more too. Julio had a good year for catches, yards, not so much touchdowns. Austin Hooper really got the lion's share of the TDs. And then defensively, Deion Jones, good number of tackles for lost sacks. And I mean, like he was good overall. Grady Jarrett led the team in sacks. We're not getting a whole ton of pressure on the QB. Not really forcing a whole lot of turnovers either. I really do think the move is to get out of the 3-4. It's just not... It just doesn't seem to be good in simulation for me whenever I try it. Mahomes wins the MVP. Mitchell Sampson continues to get better with the Saints. In the NFC, Offensive Player of the Year went to Ezekiel Elliott. I'm anticipating that we win Offensive Rookie of the Year with our quarterback, York, as I don't see any Falcons in there. Offensive Rookie of the Year is Harry York for the Falcons. Defensive Rookie of the Year is Gavin Falk, I believe was a middle linebacker. Richie Vincent, a corner, in at number 3. William McKay, the defensive end, at number 5. He's up to an 80. Justin Lindsley at number 9. Sure he is. I don't know who that is at all. Definitely don't remember drafting him because we didn't. I don't know what position he even is. Probably on defense if he was in Defensive Rookie of the Year conversation, though. Harry York only has star. That's sad. Even with getting upgraded, he doesn't improve. That's sad. I was hoping for a superstar or superstar X Factor, and it was not to be. We were just not so lucky, unfortunately. Defensively, Stackhouse continues to improve. How would we look in a 4-3? Grady Jarrett at defensive tackle. Stackhouse would be higher overall at D-tackle for sure, and at superstar dev. That's the move. 4-3's move. McKinley comes back down. Rubin, who's still, I mean, like, he doesn't even have star development. Probably gets traded. Cornerback school. All right, we're not bad though. But here's the question: can we beat the Vikings in the wild card to advance to the divisional? And the answer is yes. 35-24 is that final. And here are the Panthers. Now, if you've ever seen an NFC rebuild on this channel, so any NFC team that I've done, we face the Panthers a lot. We don't beat the Panthers. They're an 84 overall. We're an 88. We don't beat the Panthers. I'm sorry. We're gonna do like Super Sim so we can watch the game a little bit. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I mean, we're up early. No, we're not. Well, we are. Hey, almost halftime, and we have a lead. 10-7. It's snowing in Carolina as they tie it up at 10. We go a field goal. They tie with a field goal. We score a touchdown. Carolina answers with a touchdown. And I'm jumping in here with under 2 minutes to play. Let's play some defense. Somebody force a turnover, please. There it is. Byron Murphy picks it off. Byron Murphy will go all the way. Cam Newton, frustrated, tackles him in the end zone. But that is a pick six and probably the dagger here in Carolina. We're going to beat the Panthers. Unbelievable. 4th and 1. Oh, that's wide open. This time Byron Murphy gets beat. We just got to keep him out of the end zone. That's all we have to do. That's not a good play, though. Just check down. Check down. That's got to be picked. Isaiah Oliver, what are you doing? Oh, my God, dude. He's just like, let me run up and then, oh, it's over my head. You idiot. Cam Newton just threw it away. Down 7. With no time remaining in the 4th quarter. What are you, fucking... I'm still confused after what happened last game. The same matchup here in the NFC Championship in terms of overall. But this time we get the Rams on our plate. Jalen Ramsey, new addition to that team. Could be interesting. Up 14-3 already. Defense has just got to hold on strong. And we're not. We've lost the lead, but we regained it. 21-17. Rams drove right back down the field. Got a touchdown and then forced a turnover really quickly. It's 27-26. 2nd and goal. Field goal gives the Rams the lead. We need a turnover. Oh, that's a big sack. Tack McKinley off the edge. 3rd and goal. I need a user here. We're going to get exposed in man coverage. That's a user pick. Easy reads. Green eggs and ham. Deion Jones. And the game is almost over. I was going to say iced, and then I saw, oh, they have 3 timeouts. The easy reads. The user pick is in full effect. That saved the game. If we allowed the field goal, I mean, y'all have seen the Dolphins franchise on the channel. There's no way I'm driving down the field and scoring. It's just not happening. Oh, maybe not. It's Ray. Dalvin Ray. The bobs and the weaves. And the touchdown. Yes, please. What a weird call. Anyway, Dalvin Ray, 70 yards to the house. I got this on rookie. It's not even true. It's not all Madden, but it's on competitive instead of simulation. That's the difference between Dolphins franchise and this. And we have won. The game is over. We're advancing to the Super Bowl. Did I have to jump in and make it happen? Does the CPU and Deion Jones make that big interception there to undercut that short slant? Maybe, maybe not. But that's why I have thumbs. That's why I exist. I can hop in sometimes. And wouldn't you know, we have the Colts in the Super Bowl that we gave them some trades, and they gave us a lot of picks. We're going to Dallas, though. And we'll see if we can beat this Indianapolis Colts team. They're an 87 overall, so they're pretty good. They got T.Y. Hilton. They have the franchise sim god, Jacoby Brissett. We might be in for a rough one. At least Jerry World looks pretty cool. Falcons, Colts. Super Bowl 50, something. See if we can do. See if we can do. That's not a thing. That's not phrasing. We are down 20-7. 23-7. I don't think we really have a comeback. Oh, hold on. 7. Well, it looked like we may have for a minute, but then the defense just kind of stopped, and the offense kind of stopped playing. We're going to end up losing here 45-24. Frank Reich and the Colts managed to pull this one out on us. We're still going to season 4. I still think we can win the Super Bowl. Brissett threw for 5 TDs on us. What is his deal in franchise, man? I don't understand. You got to remember, York was what? A rookie? A rookie that went to the Super Bowl? Hey, we're fine, dude. We have a good outlook for the future. We're gonna be in business. Season 4. I hope we're back in the Super Bowl. We might not be. We might not make the playoffs. Y'all know how it is. I mean, it's random. I feel like. Oh yeah, Ricardo Allen is here. We got to resign players. He's not going to be one of them. Foyesade Olakun at 27, 76 overall. Yeah, no. How much money we're going to have for free agency? I hope like 20 plus mil. 33. That's more than 20. Jair Alexander here. No offers on him? I'll offer. I don't care. We got Jerome. We got both of them. We got Jerome Baker and Jair Alexander. Dude, and no hate. I mean, I love my guy Eric Rayweather as Devontae Freeman regresses. That's why we started Ray. Eric Rayweather, he's my guy, right? Makes Madden videos. Definitely make sure to check him out if you like more informational stuff and like gameplay, what's going on in the game. Eric is your guy. But he was calling him Jerry Alexander, and it was making me lose my mind. But that's a huge addition to the team. And what you're thinking, we have good cornerbacks already. Why would I do that? Well, we could move Vincent to free safety. He'd be close to an 80 overall. Or Byron Murphy, who is a zone specialist, could play, who could tackles well. His upgrades have made him a man guy. In real life, he's a zone player. Doesn't exactly shed blocks, but has good tackle and hit power. What about Vincent? What's his deal? Now, he's more of a corner. Byron Murphy is going to move to free safety. I would anticipate that his overall is fairly high. Hope he's a player that ends up getting face scanned in the game at some point. So, shocked he didn't get face scanned at the combine. I remember him going, if memory serves correctly. He's an 86 overall free safety. Very nice. Cornerbacks are good. Byron Murphy now at free safety is good. Tack McKinley has a superstar development, is what that's called. We're going to move to a 4-3. We're going to be good. 4-3. We have the personnel for it. McKinley should go up even, maybe, at a defensive end now. 86, he doesn't. Stackhouse is going to move to defensive tackle. We are in business. All right, we got the draft before the final season. We pick at number 31 overall, but I might end up moving up depending on who I like in the draft. We've obviously filled a lot of needs. But if there's, like this all-world player available, I mean, I could be convinced to move up. We're good at wide receiver. We're good at running back. We're good at quarterback. Offensive line is still a need. Defensive line, we're pretty much fine. We could use an upgraded edge, maybe. Really what we need is an outside linebacker or a sixth safety if there is one. And David Duval looks pretty good. Not amazing, maybe, but pretty good. Trading a 1 this year, next year, and a 3rd this year for number 7 overall from the Eagles. The player I want is still available. I think this is going to be a very good addition to our team. Our current starting outside linebacker on the left side is more of an edge rusher. Buck DiNapoli, which is a very cool name, is more of a 4-3 outside linebacker. He's going to work really well for us. He is a 76 overall with hidden development. Number 6 in the class. 85 speed as well. 80 tackle. Good block shed strength. He's not a cover guy at all. Interesting. We're going to let the CPU do the rest of the draft. Don't really have anyone on my draft board at this point, so don't really care. It's the last year anyway, so we kind of really have all the pieces in place for a successful winning machine here in year 4. I'm excited for it. I really do have high hopes. We're an 88 overall. Great offense, great defense. The team is rapidly getting better with these young players continuing to develop. So I love that. Also, there's an R. Scroggins here. Raheem Scroggins. We have a Raheem Scroggins in Dolphins franchise. Get some new names going in circulation here. I don't want to see the same ones. In Dolphins franchise. If you watch that on my channel, a lot of people do. So you should if you don't. Dolphins franchise. You got all the episodes on here that you could ever want. There's its own playlist. Statistically, on a per episode basis, the most viewed Madden series of all time. So I can't thank you guys enough for that. That just sounds insane for me to say. So I'm very, very thankful to you guys for that. As Buck DiNapoli is going to start. I just think he has higher potential than Rubin, who doesn't fit the scheme here. Now that we're back in the 4-3, cornerback group is good. Byron Murphy's a safety now. Special teams, I guess Scroggins is a sick returner. Also, we got a we're just gonna have him be our punt returner as well. Specialist, I want Ray to be our 3rd down running back. Michael Gallup in the slot. Vincent as our slot cornerback. Buck DiNapoli is not a good pass rusher, so definitely don't want him rushing the passer. Got Rubin still coming off the edge. Sub linebacker is pretty good. Of course, we want Deion Jones in there as much as possible. We got some Coach XP. We're going to spend that before we go into Season 4, and that will be running back training boost. We're good to go. Let's get it. Season 4. I want a Super Bowl. I will see you guys at the midseason mark. Just kind of like check in where we are at the time. We lost to the Ravens at Week 8. I don't really like to see that. That could mean we are not doing well. That could be bad. I don't like to see that. Also, it could be our first loss of the season. It is not. It is our 4th loss of the season. The NFC South is super competitive right now. Saints 4-4, Falcons 4-4, Panthers 4-4. The Bucks are there, but they're not there. We're an 89 overall now. 89 offense, 89 defense. Julio's regressing. Our receivers are really good, though, for the most part. Offensive line could be better, I guess. Still don't know what Buck DiNapoli's development trait is. Sure, we're going to find out. Now in the we didn't make the playoffs. Beat the Saints. We finished 7-9. The Saints went 8-8. Panthers went 8-8. Damn, man, that's kind of like a sad note to end it on when we have a 91 overall team. It's one of the highest overall teams we built so far, and it didn't end up mattering. So that's fun. It's a damn good team, too. Really, the one hole is right guard and potentially right tackle. Or definitely right tackle, potentially right guard. Oh, that's not even that bad. Defensively, the defense is really good. Buck DiNapoli had superstar X Factor. God dang. Well, if you guys remember my series from a couple years ago, Revisiting the Rebuild, I did one of them. And then I never came back to them. I'm going to bring that back. So we'll definitely be seeing this team again. Our offense was terrible. Defense was very average. So I can pretty much understand how we did not make the playoffs. But you know what? Julio was great. Michael Gallup was great. Austin Hooper had a good year. Defensively, somebody had 4 picks. It was Jerome Baker. What is this, Dolphins franchise? Dante Stackhouse, 7.5 sacks now. 3 picks for Byron Murphy, a free safety. 2 for Jair Alexander. I mean, just based on overall alone, there's no reason this team shouldn't make the playoffs. But, yeah, I mean, here's what I want to do. I want to compare it. Who had the best record in the NFL? I know I always complain at the end of these when I don't make the playoffs and I have to end the video, but it makes me sad. The Browns and the Cowboys had the best records in the NFL. I would just like to see what their overalls are, you know? But I can't. I know it's not as good. It just can't be. The Cowboys, I mean, they got some high 90s. But then it's a huge drop off. The Cowboys only have 4 players in the 80s. So yeah, they do have some 90s in there, but this team is really top heavy. And then the Browns, they got 4 90s. They got a lot more 80s and some high 70s. But when you look at our team, who is that? The Falcons? I mean, we got we got a lot of 90s. You know, and then we got a lot of 80s. We got so many 80s. Just weird. Just weird. But that's going to do it for me, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video nonetheless. It's really more about building the team, drafting, signing players than what the simulation ends up doing anyway. But most of you know that by now. But go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed already. Like the video, and I will see you in the next one. Take it easy.
We'll